you follow me into the jungle. Ain't no God on my streets, in the heart of the jungle.
So today, what I want to do is overview a recent Q&A with lead multiplayer designer for Hardline. The Q&A took place over Twitter where pretty much anyone could ask questions. Some of the information most of you guys might already know about, but I decided to keep it in just for those people that don't. Anyway, let's go over the general details and what to expect in the next beta event. I think this was already announced a while ago, but during the beta there'll be no level cap, so if you really want to, you can grind out those 150 levels and all unlocks will be available, which is great. I'm hoping that includes every single weapon in the game. That's one aspect about Hardline I'm really looking forward to. Trying out new weapons is always really enjoyable. Also, apparently Dust Bowl and I believe Downtown maps will be available for the next beta, and possibly a third map if we complete the community event for BF4. It sounds like we need to get 2 billion combined points in Rush by Saturday, and if we complete that, we'll get some extra content to play during the Hardline beta event. Also, I'll be doing an overview video tomorrow of each of the maps that have been recently announced, so make sure to check the description on my channel for that. But let's go back to weapons. Apparently, you'll be able to unlock weapons and gadgets in any order, which I think is a really good option. There might be just one weapon you want instead of having to grind out weapon unlocks just to get to that particular one you like. Also, apparently some weapons will have special hidden requirements in order to unlock them, so hopefully they won't be too complex to figure out. Maybe we can figure all of them out during the next beta. And staying on topic with weapons, apparently the extended magazine attachment for certain weapons has been tweaked to only give you a few extra rounds, and it will also increase your reload times, which is a pretty big change from the first beta event where extended magazines gave you about 10 extra rounds without any negative effects, which was much better choice than the laser sight. Also, unlike in Battlefield 4 and Hardline, there'll be no single player weapon unlocks for multiplayer, which once again I think is something we already knew about. But overall, it's a good move. A lot of people out there dreaded to have to load up single player to unlock certain weapons for multiplayer. So onto some other details. Apparently player movement has been increased, so I'm guessing maybe the player movement values that originally was implemented onto Battlefield 4 CTA a while ago has made its way over to Hardline, which once again is another good move. The body armor perk has been removed, which I think was already announced a while ago. However, please note, remember guys, the engineer class still has that armor insert gadget for their loadout. And staying on topic of things removed, frag rounds for shotguns are gone. Also, there'll be no Rush game mode, which I think was announced a while ago. I have to admit, I'm still pretty disappointed about that because Rush is really damn fun, and it not being included in the game could be a potential deal breaker for some. Also, Domination at the moment is not currently planned, so there's 2 game modes that are not making its way over to Hardline. But on the positive side of things, we need to remember counter knifing is removed. I think majority of the players will agree the whole counter knife mechanic is horrible, especially in a game that doesn't have the best netcode. Counter knife just doesn't work out that well. So how it works is you'll still have the knife animation from the back, but from the sides and front you'll do a slash knife attack like how it was in Battlefield 3. So let's move on to some map details. Apparently only certain maps will support 64 players. And it sounds like Conquest and Team Deathmatch will be the only game modes that will support 64 players, which maybe is in place because the other game modes don't really work too well with 64 players. For example, Rush in Battlefield 4, well, in my opinion anyway, is a little bit too crazy with 64 players, but as long as they include 64 player Conquest, which is the staple to every Battlefield game, that should keep people happy. And one last thing, apparently the map designers have worked pretty damn hard to try and minimize head glitching, which we all know is a pretty major problem still in Battlefield 4. It sounds like they built the maps to try and eliminate all potential head glitching objects and walls. So when I read stuff like that, it gives me high hopes for Hardline, especially with the very rocky launch of BF4. I really hope most of the game works as intended. I mean, there's going to be a few bugs here and there, which hopefully the next beta event will be a success in finding all issues. Anyway guys, like I said, I thought I'll overview the Q&A in case anyone didn't follow it. I may have missed a few questions here and there. Twitter isn't the best place for a Q&A. Tomorrow I'm going to overview all maps, like I said before. Some of the maps I'm not too keen on, but some are really damn impressive. So thanks for watching, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you in the next video.